again. I'm really sorry for the network issues. Sorry, you're welcome. So let's continue from where we stopped. Good morning and welcome to today's section. We'll be discussing issue-based voting, and your host for today is Barrister OZOBULU Precious. We all know that election is around the corner, and things that are ancillary to election must be discussed for us to elect credible candidates that will serve us. We now need to know what issue-based voting is all about. Issue-based voting leads voters to making vote choices based on those issues that affect them directly as individuals, organizations, and so on and so forth. Not based on political parties or favoritism or anything. Your vote and who you vote for is determined by how credible you think that person is. And credibility is decided based on how the person has tackled issues that will affect you. Methods of issue-based voting. We have the individual and the collective way of streamlining issues that will lead to the credible candidate to be voted for. Let's discuss the individual method. This is a process by which an individual decides who to vote for based on how the candidate has tackled issues that will affect that individual as a person. Then collective method is when a group of persons like market women, and Nigerian Union of Journalists, Nigerian Union of Teachers, Labour Congress, and different organizations, when they collectively as an organization decide on who to vote for based on how the candidate tackles issues that affect them as an organization. Or collectively can be when a civil society, like a non-governmental organization, organizes a forum that will bring all these organizations together for them to streamline their needs into what government can see and tackle when they go into power. Then we have so many advantages of issue-based voting, and one of the advantages is it may stream the voices of the people. Yes, the people speaks with one voice. When A is saying this, B is saying the same thing because they have collectively decided that this is what affects them and this is what they need government to tackle. And it helps government to know that yes, the people are speaking with one voice. And we know what is said about the broom that is together. It cannot be broken. But when the people are speaking differently, the government or the candidate can find ways to penetrate and manipulate and influence people to do so many things. But when the people stand with one voice, when they discuss issues that govern them, issues that affect them, and reach a decision and coalesce these issues to coalesce them to present it to the candidate or to government, this is what we want, with one voice. It goes higher than when one person is saying one thing and the other person is saying another thing. Another advantage is accountability. Issue-based voting system helps to keep the government accountable for all their actions. It keeps them accountable to those needs that you've presented to them. You can say, yes, we decided with you on so day that this is the need we have and this is what you should tackle for us. And till today, you're not doing anything about it. And you can stand up as the people and tell the government, you are not meeting up to our expectations. Now you can hold government accountable. Another advantage that it's more open and transparent. It helps to a transparent governance. Yes, it helps government. It helps the people when you can hold somebody accountable for what the person is doing. There's transparency. There's transparency. You can say yes, this road was built on so day, and yes, it's in line with what we want. So let's continue. Keep on doing the good work. Another advantage is that it hastens development. We all know that Nigeria is the giant of Africa, but how far have we gone in development? How far have we gone to develop our country, Nigeria? Some states are dilapidated, and this is so bad. And this can be tackled through issue-based voting. Because when you talk to your government with one voice, you tell your government this is what we want, then as one voice, the government will listen to you. And even if the government ends up not doing everything you people want, at least there's a step that will be taken. If you people ask for 5 roads and 2 were constructed, it's a plus on the side of the citizens, and they've gotten what they wanted, although not to the level they would have wanted it to be. And when one is done, when another government assumes power, the government continues from there. And there's development in the country, there's development in your state, there's development in your community. So you must engage your governance, you must engage your government to do what you want them to do. Because I, as an individual, I might think that what you want is electricity, while actually what you want is accessible roads to take your goods to a better market where you can sell and earn more. You see, I have good plans for you, but that is not your need. So we must learn to present our need to the government and make them tackle this need when they go into power. Another advantage is that it reduces corruption. You know, when there's transparency and somebody can be held accountable for what the person has done and what the person hasn't done, it reduces corruption to its minimum. There will be no loopholes. There will be no much loopholes where the government can embezzle money or misappropriate funds, because the government knows that, yes, I have an enlightened people who can stand up for themselves, who have engaged me in governance, and I must deliver to them. But in as much as issue-based voting is a very wonderful idea, and I think every one of us, both as individuals, organizations, should employ, it has its challenges. And some of these challenges are: the candidate may not be willing to do it. Yes, we have people that are adamant. We have people that would not want to attend to the need of the people. But the truth is, the power is in the hands of the electorate. Let's forget how corrupt our nation is as it stands now, but the power still rests in the hands of the electorate. So if you tell a candidate, we need you to sign to this thing, we need you to sign to this need, that this is what we want from you and this is what you should do for us, and we need all the candidates to sign to it, so that whomever goes into power have to abide by our needs and deliver to us, because we sent you there. When the candidate says, no, I am not going to sign, then it's easy and it's clear you're not going to vote. And that is where you hold the candidate, because the candidate needs your vote to be able to be in power. So we must rise up and say what we want, so that government will be for us just as it's supposed to be. Another challenge is getting people to say what they really want. Yes, it's a natural thing that most of us don't even know what we want. But this issue can be tackled. It can be tackled through going to some key individual, through conducting key individual interviews, like meeting the head of the society, head of the community. What do your people want? You can go to the market and have your own assessment, even though you can meet individuals to get what they want, and after assessing, you bring it together, and from what everybody has said, you will definitely identify the need of the people. And you can call the people together again to tell them, this is what I've identified as your need, and this is what I think we should fight for. But when the people, everybody is saying different things, you see it is difficult to employ this issue-based voting. But when you're able to carry the people along, when the electorate know that this is what we want, you can even enlighten the people in your environment, enlighten them on the things they should bother about. We have things that are so dear to our nation, like education, security, infrastructure, so on and so forth, that are bothering us. Not when a government resumes power, the government will start tackling things that are not really going to affect the electorate. Things that will just benefit the government, both those in the house and both those in the house of senate, house of rep, and the president or governor, as the case may be. But we must learn to engage our government. Ways to circumvent these challenges. One, we can drop a charter of demand. Yes, you really don't know the power of charter of demand, but I am going to tell you today. A charter of demand is a document that states the needs of the people. Telling the government what they want them to do. You present to this candidate, this is what we want you to do. Yes, we don't have good roads, we would like you to build good roads for us. We don't have electricity, yes, you have to do this. We need our children to have scholarships, and so on and so forth. You state it in this charter of demand and present it to them. You can call them to be at the same forum, and it will really help matters. Read it to them, explain it to them, and they will have no other option than to abide by it. And do not forget to involve the media, because the media, they are powerful tool that can be used to help the electorate. And thank God, aside our traditional media, we have the social media, but we must reduce fake news, but make our government accountable for what they promise us to do. Not just stand up and state so many manifestos that might not even affect our lives. Instead of them telling us what they would like to do for us, it is time for us to tell them what we need them to do for us, so that when they do it, day by day, our country will become a better country. Thank you very much. And I must tell you, there is need for you to vote based on issues that affect you. Do not vote anybody based on favoritism, or because the person is your brother, or the person belongs to the same political parties with you, or because the person has differed from one political party to the other. You don't have to vote based on that. Vote based on issues that will affect you as a citizen, as the electorate, and as the power to this nation. Because without your vote, they won't be where they are. So know that your vote is very powerful, and use it wisely to your own advantage. Thank you very much for today's section. Your questions will be entertained and answers will be given to your questions. Thank you, and we are seriously sorry for what happened earlier on, the network problem. Thank you, and